Hey guys, Buff Game Bed today, bringing another video for our favorite weapon series for our Warzone weapons. And today we're going to be covering a weapon that I have been working on for a Warzone video for quite a long time, and that is the Automat Kalashnikov Model 104, the AK-104, developed in 1994 and put into service in 2001 by the Russian Army. So this is basically a carbine, however you want to say it, variant of the AK-103, which is the full-length modernized variation for the 103 series, the 100 series of the 7.62x39 rifle. So the 104 is just a short barrel variant of that with a shorter barrel length of 12.4 inches. So it's really an intermediary weapon between the full-length AK series and the AKS-74U. So it kind of covers that middle ground. Now the AK-104, 102, and 105 are all at the 12.4 inch length for the 100 series. So these are the shorter carbine barrels that I discussed. The only difference between them is the barrel length, that being the barrel length for all of them is 12.4 inches. However, the only difference between all of them is going to be the caliber they fire. The 102 firing 5.56 by 45 millimeter. And if anybody watched Larry Vickers' Alpha AK video, he used a Bulgarian sourced AK firing in 5.56 by 45. So essentially that was really a Bulgarian AK-102. Now the 104, like I said, is going to be the carbine variant of the 103. That's going to be firing 7.62 by 39 millimeter. And then there's the 105, which is the carbine variant of the 106, I want to say, if I'm remembering correctly. And that's going to be firing the 5.45 by 39 millimeter. Or I guess essentially it is basically the carbine variant of the AK-74 series, or the AK-74M series. So this rifle, very interesting. Like I said, I was working on this for quite a long time here in Warzone since the Cold War weapon integration, and I had some really great gameplay with it off the bat. And then the MAC-10, the DMR meta, really took over the game for over a month, and I was really unable to use this. This is probably the hardest weapon to use that I've really ever picked up. However, it's very, very rewarding when you can master it. It has very, very heavy recoil, and you really need to be able to master that recoil. And it really is only effective, I would say, at max out to 50 meters. I really wouldn't stretch it past 50 meters for any type of engagement. But up close, it is very devastating. It's actually on JGod's his TDK chart for close quarters weapons. I'll show it on screen. It's actually number 7 with a 500 millisecond time to kill for this weapon. Again, that's at certain ranges up close. But this thing just really crushes. The damage on this is way more than the Modern Warfare AK-47. And again, this is a nice version of the AK here from the Cold War AK because we can have that shorter barrel. And it's really, I built this out for ergonomics and just better mobility overall. It's made for close quarters engagements like this, exactly like the 104 in real life. Versus a full-length AK, this is designed for urban combat in buildings is how I typically try and use it in this game. However, you can easily stretch it out, you'll see in the gameplay, to further lengths out to 40, 50, or worst case scenario, the most I would go is 60 meters probably, which I probably have some kills with that too. But very, very devastating. A lot of fun to use this weapon. Like I said, definitely the hardest weapon to probably use. If you can master this though, it is very, very rewarding. And it took me a long time after I put this back up to really get it down because it doesn't fill that full, like your typical assault rifle. It's not going to engage out to those ranges. So I run it with a sniper rifle, but let's go ahead and back out here and we'll jump right into the design for it itself. We'll build this. I'll show you what I run, then I'll walk you through a nice duo win I had with Kaz with this weapon. So first off, you can see the final design here, the AK-104 for the Cold War AK-47. So first off, let's go ahead and we'll back out. And what I'll do is I'll take the camo off this quick so we can see what this looks like at base. So we'll take that off, and then what we'll do is strip down all the attachments on this. So here's the base Cold War AK-47. So first off, at base, this is really an AKM, whereas the AK-47 in Modern Warfare is really a production 1950s, early 1950, late 1940s model of the AK-47. The original AK-47 with the milled receiver, non-rib dust cover, everything like that. So this one here we have AK is an AKM, that Cold War integrated into the game here. This is a more modern version of the AK than Modern Warfare gave us, which is very strange considering it's taking place in the 80s and Modern Warfare is supposed to be present day. So very interesting right off the bat. First off, what we're going to do with this is for the muzzle, we're going to go ahead and put on the suppressor. So this is the base suppressor, not the GRU suppressor. We're going to do the suppressor. This is going to give us The sound suppression is a pro. We're going to keep ourselves off the minimap for Warzone. The cons here are going to be the effective damage range and the bullet velocity. But you can see the stats there. The range, damage, and the control is going to go up with this. Now, the reason I choose this, if I select that, the reason I choose it over the GRU suppressor, you can see with the GRU suppressor, you're going to get the same benefits as you do with a monolithic suppressor with all the Modern Warfare guns. So accuracy is going to go up, damage is going to go up, range is going to go up, mobility and control go down. And that's really a problem for me. I found myself, with this weapon, you really need to be the best mobility build you can have is what you need for this weapon. And ergonomics is really important with this build. So I don't really try and stretch it out any further than I already can for distance-wise with the suppressor. So the GRU suppressor basically just slowed me down a little bit too much. So I swapped away from it and found myself most successful with the base suppressor. And that's after a lot of trial and error. So personal preference, but again, you can definitely try the GRU suppressor. I found myself much more effective with the regular suppressor. Now the barrel, we're going to use the 15.5-inch ultralight. Now, as I mentioned, the AK-104, 102, and 105s all had 12.4-inch barrels. We don't have that option here. We have a 15.5 ultralight. Now, the pros here are going to be strafe speed for this weapon. Now, since all the Cold War attachments are really broken right now, I have no idea if this is true. I'm mainly using this just because it's the shortest length barrel we have, and it gives us that 90-degree gas block that we want with a 104. You can see every other barrel on this weapon is going to be longer. Even the 16.5 is going to stretch out and give us that old-style AKM gas block and move the front post sight up to the front of the barrel there versus the 15.5. The front sight is going to be posted on top of the gas block, which we saw with every single AK produced after 1974. So ultralight, mainly the main conversion here cosmetically, as well as it's supposed to give us more strafe speed for those close quarters engagements. No idea if that actually works, but we'll go ahead and select that. Skip out on the laser. Now for the optic, we're going to want the Cobra red dot sight. This is a Russian red dot sight. You can see there's Soviet origin. Everyone knows this. It's the same thing as the Viper from Modern Warfare. Just in real life, it is called the Cobra. So I don't know why the liberties for the naming conventions are different, but Cold War used the regular Cobra name here. So this is the real name of the optic, giving us a 1.75 zoom magnification on this. So we'll go ahead and select that. Now the buttstock, we're going to leave blank on this. Use the base one so we can utilize our attachments elsewhere. We'll skip out on the grip. The ammunition, I'm going to go ahead and run the 45 round speed mag. This is going to give us the magazine ammo capacity, going to go up from 30 of the 7.62x39 to 45. Reload quickness, because it's a speed mag. Max start and ammo capacity aren't really applicable to Warzone, so we can ignore those. The cons are going to be the ADS speed. Now I'm choosing this over the 60 round. Again, mainly mobility. So I found myself a little bit too slow with this. You can see you may have better control with this, but mobility is going to be slightly down, and I personally noticed it in game. I want to build the best ergo type AK-104 I can, so I decided the 45 round speed mag, and once I swapped back to the 45 round from the 60, it seemed to work a little bit better for me. So that's, again, personal preference. If you're running quads or something, you can definitely try the 60. However, a little bit faster with the 45 round. Next off is going to be the underbarrel, and since the attachments are broken for Cold War weapons, the Spetsnaz grip is what you would want, but it doesn't work as intended. We're going to want the Bruiser grip. The Bruiser grip is the only one that's going to give us actual recoil control here in game, vertical and horizontal. So it says melee quickness, however, it's going to give us the best recoil control we can for all the Cold War ARs. So we'll go ahead and select that. And that's our final design for the AK-104. Now, obviously, this is still a very rustic-looking weapon, so what we want to do is put a camouflage on there to give it that new type AK-100 series look. So if I put this camouflage on, we'll put the platoon on. And mainly I'm using this because the AK-100 series, all those weapons are polymer, just like the AK-74Ms. So the buttstock's polymer, handguard is all polymer. So this gives us a nice, clean look, disguising all the parts almost as polymer. Even the pistol grip there, it's really wood, but it's very deceptive. It looks like a polymer pistol grip, and I believe it's the same pistol grip from the 74 series. So really nice looking design here. Again, that camo really disguises this and makes it look more modernized, even though it's not. But again, a lot of good things here. Turn this into an AK-104. We have the stamp receiver. The actual dust cover on this is ribbed. However, I think with the 100 series, they actually didn't have ribbed dust covers. And we have a 90-degree gas block with the front sight post being in the correct spot for our 100 102, 104, and 105 series of the AK. So pretty close. Honestly, this is a more modernized looking AK than we've had in Modern Warfare, which is very interesting. So again, we'll back out. What I'm running for this gameplay, you'll see I'm running it with an M82, and I'm using the M82 build I really have settled on here. Is going to be the Wrap Suppressor, Combat Recon, Ultra Zoom, give me that 2 to 20 times magnification, the Speed Mag for 7 rounds, and the Bipod. Now, I run the Ultra Zoom mainly because with the AK-104, it's mainly, like I said, within 50 to 60 meters maximum. So having this M82 and the ability to zoom out 2, 3, 4 times, some of those low magnification levels are going to allow me to fill that gap from that medium to long range, and then I can zoom in further when I need to for the long engagements. So that's what I'm running there. Double time, overkill, and amped. I'm running proxy mines and heartbeat sensor, and then I'll switch over to when I go ghost, I just have an M13, only using this for ghost, nothing else there. I'm running proxies and a tactical there as well. We're running the same exact perks there also. So go ahead and select this. Now really quick, I'll show you the recoil pattern for this weapon, and you can see it's going to kick up and it's going to go vertical 100%, and then it's going to come down to the right and then back up straight vertical. So very odd recoil pattern. Also the weapon animation itself of the recoil is very violent, so you really do need to control this. If I let it rip at longer ranges, there is quite a good amount of gaps between the rounds connecting. So the closer you are, the more effective, obviously. The further away, you're going to need to really control that recoil. But let's go ahead now and we'll jump into the gameplay for this awesome duo win that Kaz and I had here. So to start out here, we're dropping in over here at military base, and we're coming down, going after this scab that we can see here. So we already know there's people coming with us. I'm going to grab this really quick. I see this guy coming. Instead of shooting, I know he's got to come through that window, so I'm just going to bash him. 2-hit kill with the butt of the pistol. For some reason, down somebody, so I'm just going to take advantage of that there. He had to come through the window at me. I had him dead to rights. Kaz is going to kill that second guy there. Fast forward just a little bit, we're engaging another team that also landed over here, and Kaz is calling them out. I'm going to get eyes on this guy with the sniper rifle, and I'm able to down that guy, and Kaz is going to tell me he broke the other guy. I'm not even sure. I think the other guy's in the building up top too, and then I come around this corner, and I'm shocked to see he's right there, but I have a Graza that I picked up on the ground, so I'm able to get shots on him and take him out. Now, fast forward a little bit more, we did some more engagements here and there. No kills. Got our loadout, and we're going to move up to our second loadout drop here. There's one more with it, and we saw this guy go in there in the car, and Kaz is able to take him out pretty easy, which was nice. And then, again, fast forward, we worked all the way from military, all the way around the backside of the map over here to police station and gas over by lumber. So we probably ran for 5 straight minutes. Now, there's a team over here. One guy is on gas roof somewhere. There's another guy at the buy station building, so we're just kind of waiting to, they don't know we're here. We're both ghosts at this point. We're waiting for them to come out. And here a car starts coming across the bridge, so we're going to wait a minute. And these guys are going to start engaging this car, which we knew was going to happen. So this guy's back up on gas roof. They have no idea we're here. They're engaging the guys in this car. Somehow I missed that shot. I have no idea how that first shot didn't hit his head. It's almost like it clipped right through his head. And then I'm going to wait for him. He's going to pop up. I'm going to down him there. Call it out to Kaz, and then Kaz is able to get eyes on him. I don't have the angle there, so Kaz is able to clean him up there. And then there was one more guy there that Kaz was able to kill with a VAL, which was good. And then just a few seconds later, there was a buy over here. So this is that last guy that we couldn't find. Bought his buddy. He just closed the door, Kaz said. So we're gonna stack up, and we're gonna try and breach here. And Kaz hears him below, starts shooting. I go in one way, Kaz goes in the other way, so we cut him off here, and here's the 104 in action. Just close quarters, just crushes this guy. Broke him really, really quickly. Really nice in these close quarters environments. So here, we're focusing on this king, and all of a sudden, I'm going to run and put a mine there because the king comes this way, and I heard a thermite go off. And then there was a buy right here, so I was really confused where this guy came from. But again, you can see the recoil there, but I'm getting really good at controlling it, and you're able to down people really quickly. And that guy just had no idea I was there. Just a few shots, 500 millisecond TTK. That's not even with headshots there. So he bought his buddy back, and I can hear him on me. There he is on the heartbeat. I know there's some weapons on the ground here, so I'm figuring that's where he's going. And again, just able to take him out really, really quickly with the AK-104 there. Poor guy had no idea what was happening. Fast forward a little bit further, we were getting engaged by teams up here. We know there's 2 teams fighting, probably one straggler that that guy that I killed on gas actually landed back and got his stuff and got away from us. So I think this team just killed him, and these guys are lighting Kaz up. I'm able to down this guy, and then I'm going to try and call in a airstrike, but that guy gets cleaned up, so I hold it. Moving up more, there's snipers in this yellow house, and all of a sudden I'm going to start getting engaged from the back. So no idea where this guy came from. Could have been a team that rotated, but it's just a solo guy. Kaz doesn't have eyes. I'm calling him out. I'm able to ping him, but Kaz is focused on the house. So again, here's the 104. That's probably a 30-meter kill right there, I would say, and you can see just down him very, very quickly with the 104. So again, now we're stacked up. There's 2 more teams left. One is that sniper team still in yellow house, and there's, I think, a solo in the train carts there. So I'm going to put a airstrike here on the train, and if I had held it one more second longer, I would have known. I could have put it over on that orange mark there where I just saw him the second after I dropped it. But that other team got killed. Kaz downed him, got a kill confirmed there. So now it's 2v1. And we know he's over at the train cart. So we're going to stack up again, trying to figure out where he is. He was over by orange. Kaz is going to call him out. And then I was thinking I was going to work on the other side of the train, but we decided I should get on that side. And again, right there, I'm going to hit him right in the head, and down him, and Kaz ended up cleaning him up for me. So great win right there. I think I had 8 or 9, and Kaz had 8 or 9 too. So it was I think a 17 kill game overall. And again, you can just see the AK-104 in action. It's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing with this weapon, and honestly, this is my best weapon right now in Warzone, along with the M82. I've had probably some of the craziest games that I've ever had in this game. Very high kill games with this weapon. It's, like I said, it's very difficult to use, but if you can master this weapon, it's going to down people very, very quickly. I've been in a lot of situations where I can just take out whole teams with this thing.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Very, very fun weapon to use. I'm really glad Cold War added this weapon. Some of the Cold War weapons, not a big fan of. Obviously, the attachments don't work right, but this is one of the ones. This and the M82 are just by far, hands down, my most used weapons in the game right now. This is all I've been running for probably the past 3 or 4 weeks since they finally patched the DMR and everything like that. So this is the AK-104, again, from the Black Ops Cold War AK-47, or the AKM as it is in Cold War. Let me know down below what you guys think of this thing. What attachments do you run on this? I ran the Cobra optic, obviously, just because it's a Russian optic, and I do enjoy the sight picture on that. I think it's really perfect for this weapon. Great build overall. Let me know what you think of this. Have you run this? I've seen nobody running this weapon right now in Warzone at all, but I think this is kind of a hidden gem for me. I was very shocked when I first picked this up and was downing teams left and right. So let me know what you guys think down below. This is Buffner Gaming with the AK-104. Till next time, Buffner Gaming, out.